Time.
Okay, good morning, everyone. For the fourth video conference or webinar related to the mobility of the second year in your IMBRSea program. So today we will get information from Sorbonne University, where the local coordinator Lars Stemman will briefly present what you can expect if you select to go to Sorbonne University. You can ask questions via the chat box, which is on the left-hand side of the video screen. So if you log in with your IMBRSea email account to YouTube, you will be able to post questions. So Jens van den Boer, for example, already replied that he can see the chat and that things work properly. So after the presentation, we will handle the questions that come up, and Lars will then answer these ones from his hometown in France. So Lars, floor is yours for the first presentation, and after that we can answer the questions.
Okay, so
yeah, so you can start share your screen now, or first give an introduction.
Yeah, I will give you a few words. So good morning to all of you. I'm very pleased to be with you today through this webinar, and I'm very pleased to introduce you to the Sorbonne University. And so I will share my screen now, and I will share a presentation. So you are going to choose among different marine stations or different universities for the next semesters. And one of the choice is, of course, to come to Sorbonne University. And so I will first introduce myself. My name is Lars Stemman. I'm a professor at Sorbonne University, and my expertise is in the modeling of marine ecological systems, mainly planktonic systems. Like you, I was mainly a biologist during my PhD, but during my postdoc, I was introduced to mathematical modeling of complex systems, and I found it a very useful way of analyzing different oceanographic or marine biology questions. So I'm working at the Sorbonne University, and Sorbonne University is in fact a new university in France, in the way that it's just born after the fusions of two universities. It was Paris 4, which was a university for humanities, and Paris 6, which was a university for medical schools and also science. So now Sorbonne University spans from humanity to marine science, and it has three faculties. There are three in Paris, but the one that you will work with is the Faculty of Science and Engineering, which is on the right side of the screen. So this faculty, which is in Paris, in the fifth area of Paris, and in a place which is called Jussieu. So this campus is now called the campus of University Pierre and Marie Curie. And if you have been to Paris, it's on the east side of Paris. It's close to the Seine River and not too far from Notre Dame. And it's a place with a lot of science. There are a few thousand students there, and all the great ideas that shapes the innovation on Earth are made in the different bars around this university. So, but you will not come so many times to Paris. You will mainly go to the marine stations of Sorbonne University, and Sorbonne University has three marine stations. One in the northwest, which is Roscoff, one in the southwest, which is Banyuls-sur-Mer, and one in Villefranche-sur-Mer, which is close to Italy in the southeast of France. Totally, all the marine research at Sorbonne University consists of approximately 600 researchers, engineers, and technicians, and they are all devoted to marine sciences. Among the stations, I would say that in terms of number of scientists, Roscoff is the largest one, followed by Banyuls and Villefranche-sur-Mer. So next slide, I will try to explain you a little more about what we do in the different marine stations. So each marine station has its own specialty. The one of Roscoff is about marine biology and ecology, mostly of coastal systems. They are very in advance in the genomic of marine flora and fauna, and they are closely associated to biomedical companies or biomedical schools for the finding of new therapeutic applications of bioactive molecules. And they also have a lab for the developmental biology. So Roscoff is, you can see a few photos here, is located very close to the ocean. You can see on the slide a church, and the buildings in front of that church are the marine station of Roscoff. And you can see that it is right on the shore, and you can see that we have an intertidal systems, and you have photos only here on low tides, and you can see students which are going on the sand on this shore. And in fact, this marine station has a very nice natural ecosystems, which is the coastal intertidal systems, and the student takes benefit of this to go on the shore and to make practical labs. So that is Roscoff. Now let's go to Banyuls. So Banyuls is also called the Laboratoire Arago, and is very well known for marine ecology and ecogeochemistry. So mostly of Mediterranean systems, and mostly also coastal and continental shelf systems. They also have a department in environmental genomics, in marine biotechnology and microbiology. And in fact, there is a company, Pierre Fabre, which is hosted by the lab, and many researchers do both research, academic research, but also research for biomedical applications of the molecules found in the sea. And they also have a lab for developmental biology. So you can see the lab. It is the building on the left, which is slightly white, but also the building which is smaller on the right, which is quite a recent building. And you can see the ship of the lab that you may use if you go in Banyuls-sur-Mer. So Banyuls-sur-Mer has no tides, like most or all the Mediterranean Sea, and so mostly you will be using the boat in the Bay of Banyuls or further away to look for the different communities. You will be looking for plankton communities, but also deep sea communities. There is a very well-known canyon, which is right in front of the lab, which is called the Lacaze du Thiers, where many explorations have shown that it's populated by deep sea corals. So it's a very nice place also to go. Like Roscoff, I would say that mainly the difference is that Roscoff will have the tracks of biology and conservation, while Banyuls will mostly, but not only, have the tracks of future seas or global change. So I will not show you any slides from Villefranche-sur-Mer. Also, you are welcome to come for your training after, because it's not yet in the IMBRSea, and I didn't want to make any confusions for you. So now I will introduce you to the teaching in the two marine stations. And you must know that you will be in the group with French students, which are from the Master of Sciences de la Mer at Sorbonne University, which is roughly 35 students in each year. And so those students, they also come to the marine stations, but they have part of their teaching also in Paris. So the courses that you will attend to in the marine stations are organized around two tracks. One is future seas and the other one is conservations. You have 3 courses in each track, and each course is 6 ECTS. So it makes a total of 18 ECTS per tracks. You can have a lot of information on the website of the Sciences de la Mer Master if you want to know about the details of each of these tracks. But if you also want to follow what the French students are doing in the Master des Sciences de la Mer. So now I will introduce you to the planning of the different courses in the marine stations. So first, you have to know that the dates are roughly indicative. They might change a little, but not that much, and that the final dates will be available in March. So the semester will start on the 9th of September of next year, and it will continue until December. So when, for the first period of the teaching, you will be hosted depending on the track that you are choosing. You will be either hosting in Bagnols-sur-Mer from the 9th of September to the 27th of September, or you will be hosted in Roscoff, if you choose the conservation track, from the 30th of September to the 18th of October. So please, here you can already note that the two tracks are not exactly in parallel in regards of time. That the track of conservation starts 3 weeks after the track of future seas. Then, for the second period, you the one who have chosen to the conservation track will stay in Roscoff from the 21st of October to the 8th of November, and the one who have chosen the future seas will stay in Bagnols-sur-Mer from the 30th of September to the 18th of October. Sorry, here's a mistake on this slide. It's for the third period, not the second period. So for the third period, you will all be in Bagnols-sur-Mer. So because the future sea tracks started earlier, it will be from the 21st of October to the 8th of November, while the track of conservation, while the course for the track conservation will be from the 12th of November to the 29th of November. That is for the third period. So the two marine stations offers room and board facilities. So roughly the price for a single room is about 250 euros per month, and the breakfast is included. There is lunch possibilities of lunch and dinner in the two marine stations for roughly 4 euros per meal, or there is also a kitchen where you can do as you want. Finally, there are also the possibility for laundry and dryers. The two marine stations, Roscoff is very inside the city the main station of Roscoff is inside a small city where you have also a restaurant, that you have a cinema, you have bars, so there are a lot of activity. Also, it's a small city. There are a lot of students in Roscoff that you can exchange with. And it is the same for Bagnols-sur-Mer, which is in the city of Bagnols. That is also having bars and restaurants and places for the evening. And there are also a lot of students there. So I will finish with these slides. So I'm happy to communicate with you through emails, and you have my email address here, which is steman@obs -vfr.fr, but I'm not very good in terms of administration, and I'm helped for that by Eleni Yakidou, which is in Paris, and she will be in charge of all the administrative questions. Finally, there is more information on the website of the master. So, thank you very much, and if you have questions, I'm very pleased to try to answer them. Thank you very much. And the team, it's your turn now.
Yeah, thank you, Lars, for the presentation. Very clear. I will have a look at the chat box and see whether there are questions coming in. So, if you have questions, please write them in the chat box. I will write the message as well in the chat box. Gonna wait a few minutes because there might be a small delay on YouTube.
I just changed the mistake made on the slide.
Yeah.
The third period.
Yeah. Okay. We will put all the presentations online as well on the website so that people can also go through the presentations without necessarily having to go through the video. Yeah, there is a first question from Stanley Moore. With the current situation in Bergen, will there be also a limit for students of future ocean going for the numerical methods in marine science?
Yes, there is limited number of students for each tracks, so both in Roscoff and Bagnols, which is roughly between, let's say, it's around 8 students per course.
Yeah, okay. Let's see whether more questions are coming up. Yeah, this, do we spend any time in Paris?
No, there is nothing in Paris, but all the events which are associated to the Master of Sciences de la Mer are public. So, for example, like you have an annual symposium, we also have an annual symposium, and you can come to Paris to see it if you like.
Okay, there's a question from Diana Calvacci. As far as we know, the track of conservation has both the option Sorbonne and Côte d'Azur. How do we know where we will go? I think I can answer that one. So when we put online the form where you can indicate your choice, you will be able to indicate, okay, where exactly you wish to go, what is your priority. And on the basis of that, we will see how the distribution is, and then if things look okay, then we can make a decision on the basis of that. So, so that answers this question, I think.
Yeah, I would say that the main difference, there will be difference in terms of topics which are studied, but it's also two different places. One is in the northwest in an intertidal system, while the other one is in the southeast in the Mediterranean Sea in clear water and warmer water.
Yeah, true.
With no tides.
Mm-hmm. Okay. More questions? Students are watching for the moment. Okay, I don't see more questions coming in, so I suggest that another question. Can you give more insight on the courses on offer? Well, first answer, let's say, on that one is also that, let's say, on the website you find already a description of each course, what is the content and what is the, but I don't know what you can add on this, Lars?
Well, I would say that, of course, everything is on the website. It's also possible to go on the website of the corresponding courses on the Master of Science website. And finally, I would say that the best is, once the question is a little more detailed, is to write me about specific questions, or eventually write to in each station there is one associate professor, which is a referent person for the IMBRSea. So I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's good that we put these referent persons also on the website, the contacts, because for now it's only you that is the main contact person. So it might be a good suggestion to have the direct links to the stations as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. More questions? Just posted a message. Final call for questions. I don't see any more coming in, so I think we can close the question round here. So if there's more questions, as Lars mentioned, you can write a detailed email to him, and so that will help you to get an answer. And once the presentations are online, of course, you will also have via that way. So I hope this helps. So hereby, Lars, thank you for, after the technical difficulties, thanks for sharing the information with us. And I hope to see some of you maybe tomorrow as well for the next webinar that is about Galway. And so we will start half an hour later there at 11:30 instead of 11. Maybe that's an important update for those that want to follow. So 11:30, the next video conference or webinar with GMIT tomorrow on the 18th. Lars, thank you very much, and see you later. Yeah.
Yes.